All right, good morning, YouTube. Says we're live. It's approximately 9:18 a.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin, March 27th, 2021. What I'm going to be reporting on is breaking news that I just saw, but it happened Friday night, late night. See if anybody comes in. Probably won't get any notifications out there because of what's in the title. But anyways, I see 9 people in the house just bumped up. I don't see y'all yet, but I am going to go ahead and start reading this. Just popped up in my news feed. 9 shot, 2 dead, including alleged suspect in Virginia Beach shooting. At least 9 people are shot and 2 are dead following separate shootings Friday in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Police said, adding that an officer was injured after being struck by a vehicle when several members you gotta be kidding me. They're not giving me the whole report. Hold on, bear with me here. At least 9 people are shot and 2 are dead following a shooting in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Friday night. Officers patrolling the 1900 block of Atlantic Avenue in a resort area heard multiple gunshots shortly after 11 p.m. local time Friday. At the crime scene in the area of 17th Street and 22nd Street, at least 8 gunshot victims were found, according to Virginia Police Chief Paul Nugent, however you say his name. Some of these injuries range from serious to life-threatening. One Virginia Beach police officer was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. One adult female victim died of her gunshot injuries at the scene, police said. There is no suspect information for this shooting available at this time, according to authorities. At a second location, there was another crime scene where a suspect related to the above incident engaged with an officer, which resulted in the police involved shooting and alleged male suspect is dead, authorities said. Standard procedure, officer involved will be placed on administrative assignment pending the outcome of the investigation, the department said in a statement early Saturday morning. The involved officer is assigned to the Special Operations Division. The officer has been in the department for 5 years. Several people are in custody, but it's unclear of their involvement in any of the shootings, according to authorities. Virginia Beach Police initially confirmed there had been a shooting at the oceanfront with several victims. The Virginia Beach Police Department investigating a shooting involved several victims with possible life-threatening injuries, large police presence at the oceanfront between. Okay, it's just repeating this again. It is pretty extreme. It's ironic that all of a sudden, what we predicted once Biden administration took over, that there would be an uprise in these mass shootings. Well, there's mass shootings every day in Chicago, like we've talked about many times before. They don't classify those as mass shootings. They call them drive-bys. I believe last weekend, 40 people were shot, 5 killed in one incident in Chicago, or it might have been the weekend before that. That's a mass shooting, but it wasn't reported as a mass shooting. It doesn't meet the narrative. We're going to see a rise and an uptick in these, what I would say and I'll say it, not like all other YouTubers that are too scared to say it, false flag events. False flags, people do die. Hoaxes, people do not die. Now, it's just ironic that all of a sudden now we're having a severe uptick in these mass shootings. The mass shooting in Colorado, which you don't hear much all of a sudden on mainstream media because it didn't meet the agenda, the narrative, because all the people that were shot and killed happened to be white. So they didn't say anything about racism. Maybe it's all the hype that the media is saying about white privilege, because the man who shot the people, 11 people that died in that grocery store, were all white, and he was a white male. Real quick, Sister Renee Vester's in the house. Great to see you. Paul from Newcastle. Good to see you, Sister. Ellie's Life. Great to see you. Bubba News, the Bubba News. Great to see you, brother. Here we go. Yep, that you said it. Here we go. More and more false flags coming. Geez, yes, people, please keep your head on a swivel. Virginia Beach there, brother AB. I'll bring you up in a second if you want to. It's going to be a very short live stream. I just wanted to get this out. It just popped up. But for people that are just coming in, I'm going to go ahead and read it again. True Seekers in the house. Great to see you. Sister DB, much love. Great to see you. Capricorn 59. Good morning. Great to see you. Long time no see. Brother Mitchell's in the house. Our Link Ninja. Great to see you as well. Vivian. Wow. Long time no see. Wow. They're really amping up those shootings again. Exactly. You know what they want. They want our guns, people. They want to leave us unprotected. Starts with the guns, then the totalitarian government. You all know. Your title caught my interest. Well, I'm glad that my title got out there, but I'm going to read this article again. Thank you there. But once again, we already even said this. There's a video somewhere far back when I said that once the Biden administration did get into office, watch there'll be an uptick in mass shootings. All right. At least 9 people are shot and 2 dead following shootings in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Friday night. Officers patrolling the 1900 block of Atlantic Avenue in a resort area heard multiple gunshots shortly after 11 p.m. local time Friday. At the crime scene in the area of 17th Street and 22nd Street, at least 8 gunshot victims were found, according to Virginia Beach Police Chief Paul Nutajet, or whatever I can say his last name. Some of these injuries range from serious to life-threatening. One Virginia Beach police officer was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. One adult female victim died of her gunshot injuries at the scene, police said. There is no suspect information for this shooting available at this time, according to authorities. At the second location, there was another crime scene where a suspect relating to the above incident engaged with an officer, which resulted in a police-involved shooting. An alleged male suspect is dead, authorities said. As standard procedure, the officer involved will be placed on administrative assignment pending the outcome of the investigation, the department said in a statement earlier Saturday morning. The involved officer is assigned to Special Operations Division. The officer has been in the department for 5 years. Several people are in custody, but it's unclear of their involvement in any of the shootings, according to authorities. Virginia Beach Police initially confirmed there had been a shooting at the oceanfront with several victims. Okay, now this is going to be the narrative, people. You hear that there's several people in custody. If this turns out to be gang related, you're not going to hear anything on mainstream media about it. Nothing. Nothing at all. Now, the mass shootings, yes, we predicted that there will be an uptick in mass shootings. I'm repeating myself for some of y'all that are jumping in. Definitely, if this isn't gang related and somehow, um, and this is a well orchestrated false flag event from our wonderful government to push the gun agenda. False flag, once again, people, people that aren't wide awake to it, false flags are real. They are created to either start wars, either put fear in the hearts of Americans and even people in other countries where false flags are created. So the more shootings and the more mass shootings you get people that are terrified of going outside. They're terrified of going into Walmarts, large stores, etc. And that's where they push for stronger gun legislation, like they have been. This will not be the last mass shooting you'll see. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, which is terrible. And pray for the victims and the victims' families. Um, is this a false flag? Like I said, a lot of YouTubers won't use, they'll say FF because they're afraid they'll get their channel taken down. I'm not afraid because I'm not stupid. I know exactly what's going on. But once again, you don't hear much about what happened in Colorado because the shooter was all white. He was a white man, and the 11 people that were shot and killed were white. But it could go both ways. Um, or I don't know if it was 11 that were killed. However many that were shot and killed, they were white Americans, so they can't use the race card on it. So you don't hear much about it anymore. Now that Biden is in office, the FFs are happening. Yes, real bullets. False flags are real. People die in false flag events. Now, when you have a hoax and they hide it from the media and make people um, believe that it really happened when it was, crisis actors, etc., that's a hoax. False flags, people die, just like 9/11. Prayers for the injured as well. Thank you there, Brother Mitchell. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to try something while I'm online here. Let's Google latest shootings in Chicago. Didn't give me time. Chicago. This was 20 hours ago. Latest deadly shootings adds to homicide. Hold on. See right here, two people opened fire at a Chicago gathering early Friday, killing one person and wounding seven others in the second such attack on the city's south side in the past 2 weeks. According to police, two males opened fire at the pop-up party in Ashburn neighborhood, killing a 26-year-old man who was shot in the head and leaving wounded, hospitalized. Da, 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 da. The shooting followed a March 14th attack at another pop up party in the Park Manor neighborhood, a few miles east, where two people were killed and at least a dozen others were wounded. The fatal shootings appear to be picking up even after a year in which they jumped dramatically in Chicago from 495 in 2019 to 769 in 2020. The city is now, granted, everybody, you all know Chicago has by far, I'd say, the strictest gun laws in the United States. They're a little bit ahead of California, and they're basically the murder capital of our country, Chicago. The city is one a is on pace to record even more this year as of Wednesday. There has been since the new year began, there has been 123 homicides in the city since January 1st. 123 people in Chicago have been killed since January 1st, compared to 94 during the same period last year, according to police department. This is why stricter gun control, stricter gun laws, gun grabs, etc., is very dangerous for us law abiding citizens, because the bad guys will always have guns. You know, these people, these gang members that are going around not doing drive-bys, they're doing mass shootings. But once again, does it fit the narrative of the Democratic Party? Absolutely not. You're not going to hear about that stuff. You have to search for it yourself. Find out how many shootings. They didn't, nowhere on the news did they talk about these shootings um, in Chicago. I mean, once again, in Chicago, two males opened fire at a pop up party, killing a 26-year-old woman. I believe, how many people have said he shot? Seven others were shot. One person, or two people, yeah, one person was killed, seven others were shot. That right there is a mass shooting. We can, let's try one more thing. Shootings in Chicago in the last month. Let's see. Okay. Well, I can't get anything, but here's a shooting that happened February 8th. Four dead, 22 hurt in Chicago weekend gun violence. A 42-year-old man was shot to death Friday while trying to break up a fight in the 1600 block of North Sierra Avenue. I said that right. At least 26 people were shot, four fatally, between 5 p.m. February 5th, 2021, and 5 a.m. February 8th, 2021, in Chicago. Four people were killed and at least 22 others wounded in shootings across Chicago this weekend as a cold snap hit the area. The weekend's murders stretched from South Shore neighborhood, where a man was killed at his home. Y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture. All right. You're not going to hear about Chicago. You're not going to hear about Baltimore. You're not going to hear about anything unless it happens to be a white police officer that shoots an unarmed black man or an armed black man or something. And I want to stretch on what they're talking about real quick. This new hate crime towards uh, Asian Americans. Now it's going to go to Asian Lives Matter. If you do your research, the violence that is being placed on the Asian individuals is in predominantly African American communities. 85% or the where all of this Asian violence is happening. The population of African Americans is 85%, and um, was it 78% or so that have been arrested on these for beating up. They have a new game out again called Punch Out, Knockout, where they just walk up behind a little Asian old lady or old man, knock them out cold, throw them to the ground, etc. But when you say that Asian hate crime is skyrocketing, it it's being reported on, but it's been going on for a very long time in predominantly Asian and African American communities. That's fact. So the naysayers, do your research, look it up. Facts don't have feelings. Statistics don't lie. Go to real sources. Do not go to CNN and all that garbage. Um, Humans are irredeemable. The irredeemable. Only Jesus can make any difference. Amen, sister. So, everybody, I'm going to jump off here. I wanted something from Bubba. Where they're not mass shootings, fly over states like North and South Dakota. Well, there you go. Yeah, because they don't need those votes. They know they're not going to get those votes. Um, but yeah, pray for the victims, pray for the injured, pray for the families that have lost loved ones in these recent attacks, these recent FF false flag attempts. Terrible. I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. We talked about it. You know what? That gives it more people on the left, Democrats, etc., are going to get scared, terrified, and they're going to hop on the gun grab. There's another thing too, real quick. The just reading about the ones in Athens, Georgia. One in Athens, Georgia. I didn't see that one there, AB. But the shooting at the massage parlor from the white guy, they said it was an Asian hate crime. When he flat out said no, it was because of his sexual urges that he kept continuing to go back to these massage parlors to get his sexual fantasy fix, and he had enough of it, so he figured he could fix it by shooting up the place and killing them. Like he said, he was, I don't know, fighting some sexual demon in him, and he was going to the massage parlors and getting happy endings, so to speak. So, and he even flat out said it had nothing to do with race. If he was racist against Asian women, why was he so attracted to them to go ahead and go fulfill his sexual desires with them? Anyways, all right, everybody. I'm gonna jump off here. Gonna go watch a movie today with little man Axon Jackson. I have to be polite on other channels, but if I must, false flags are real. Absolutely, absolutely. You can look at people that don't believe in false flags are absolutely crazy. You can look at unsealed classified documents, military documents. where they discuss false flags. What false flags that they had already planned, but they never went through with all kinds of really, really good stuff people can find out if they just dig and do the research. Thank you all for jumping in this early in the morning. We love you too, Brother Mitchell. Um, all that sex addiction is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Sister DB. Well, I would say that the sex addiction. I think it definitely has something to do with it when it comes to the Asian thing. I don't absolutely wasn't race because what there was one white person, uh, um, Mexican that was killed as well. I don't know, but anyways, much love. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. Keep your head on a swivel, people. And if you got your little peacekeeper, carry it on you. God bless.